AYUP.
AYUP, buddy. This is Dame.
And I'm Roz, here once again for episode 10 of a Yet Unnamed Podcast for Gleann Abhann. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We have an interesting show for you tonight, but before we really get to the meat of it and our special guest, I just would like to remind you that this weekend is Newbie Collegium. And Newbie Collegium is Arkansas. Province of Lauderdale, I believe. And if you're on our Facebook group, Gleann Abhann Facebook group, and in the event, there's a whole bunch of classes being posted where you can see everything going on this weekend. And as we mentioned last week, their Majesties are holding their Kingdom Rapier Championship there. So lots of stuff happening this weekend at Newbie. You can go to our website and check out the event flyer. You can go to the Facebook page and the Gleann Abhann group, where they're also posting information about all the classes.
Yep. I'm excited to see how this works out because I think it's a great idea to have something for the newbies.
I think it's wonderful. So why don't you lead us up into our special guests?
So we have not one, but two special guests who we're very excited to hear from. Currently, they hold the reins to our kingdom.
Oh, little pun there, little play on words. I like that.
Just roll right into that.
Here we go. And our special guests are their Majesties Connor and Denara. Thank you for being here with us. What we asked you to come on and talk to us about was this vision that His Majesty had. Right? For Crownless. Can you tell us a little bit about this?
I did have a vision, and the for at least the past 5, 6, 7 years, it's been Crownless has been just a standard bring your best type of tournament. So we thought we might mix it up this time around and do a pretty much shieldless Crownless.
More than pretty much.
Well, yeah, pretty much shieldless. No shields.
Do you think there was a collective kind of like sucking of air out of the realm at that moment where people were like, oh, shieldless?
At first, I really did think so. And we wondered when, the amount of combatants we'd have sign up and all. And shortly after I announced it, John the Bear Killer, made mention that one of the Crownless that he won was shieldless. Of the 6 he won, I think. Right.
27. I don't know.
If I remember right, he there was an all 9-foot spear list that he beat Steppenwolf in the finals, if I remember correctly.
Right.
So what do you expect to see? I will say, like at Gulf Wars, I saw a lot of Madus.
Madus kicked some butt, man. They were all over.
They were. So what do you think we're going to see a lot of?
I think I don't know that there will be a dominant weapon style from the people that we've seen enter. I think you're going to see a pretty much even across the field between Florentine fighters, glaive fighters, Madu or broken lance and sword fighters.
There's several that their main style they love is a great weapon. So
right. A big mace.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be all over the place. I don't
people
know.
might be rotating.
Great swords. There's a couple guys that I think will fight primarily great sword. I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, not just for the combatants, but for everybody watching.
And you may want to clarify on the Madu.
So a Madu, if you use an actual Madu, it does have a shield on it. I have put that you can use one as long as it's a pie-sized shield, not much bigger than like a broken lance would have a basket hilt. So if you're going to use a Madu, it needs to be maybe a
handguard only.
Yeah, big enough for a hand, under 9 inches or less, 6 inches, somewhere around there. If you come and you have an 18-inch shield on your Madu, you will be given a different weapon to use.
Point
That's
taken. We will
right.
make sure we emphasize that when we go back and edit
Make
this.
sure the
so,
emphasis is on that for sure.
right.
the right
Thank God you
level.
get- yes, I think we had that issue last week. So we talked about the requirements for what they have to styles they can fight in. Tell us a little bit about the requirements according to Kingdom Law, Corpora, wherever. I'm not sure where you would like to start at.
Well, when you sign up on the easy peasy online form, which is just basically filling out your name and your consort's name and information, and you're checking boxes that say you have read Kingdom Law and you have read Corpora, please have read those two things, maybe even more than once. I mean, there is not a test unless you win. And then there's a great big test on those documents
For a year, there's a test.
for a whole year, 11 months worth.
To quote a friend of mine, Corpora is an easy read.
It really
It's
is.
not that long. There is a ton of useful information in there, not just for if you're crown, but for just being in the SCA in general.
Right.
So
Yeah, and I know we laugh about it, but don't just check the box. Spend a few minutes and please do read those documents.
we are an honor bound society.
We
So
are.
Right.
if you check that, I will assume, because I know everybody out there is an honorable person, that you have actually read it.
And where can you find a copy of that in case somebody doesn't know?
You can go to sca.org and go under the
Resource.
resource documents, I think it is.
Yeah, but it's
And
fairly easy.
Governing documents
Governing
of the
doc-
SCA.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
pretty easy to find. If you have any questions,
Mhm.
message me and I will gladly send you a link, a hyperlink to it.
And the same with Kingdom Law. Kingdom Law is on our webpage. But if you have any problems finding it, we'll send you a link. And not part of the requirement that you're checking a box currently, but while you're out there reading things, I would suggest you also kind of peruse heraldic law, because there are a lot of things pertaining, of course, to awards and things that people can and can't wear, that sort of thing, which I know a lot of things are kingdom specific, but for our kingdom, there are a certain things, but it's it may sound like, oh my God, one more law document, but it's broken up really short paragraphs. It's not, maybe when you're bored or
Award descriptions are in there. So, if you're looking to write in your buddy who's done all this great heraldic stuff,
then it
And
will
you're
tell
like-
you what to write them in for.
yeah,
Yeah, it sounds like something that everybody should read at least once.
Yes.
at least.
Absolutely. And things have changed. Even if you've read it 5 years ago, things have changed. Heraldic law has been updated. Names have changed. Scroll wording's changed. So it's something that I really think anybody and everybody should read. It's not, it's not that long. So
So we've
Well,
got Corpora. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dame Dot.
No, go ahead. I'll
I was
come
going to
back.
say Corpora, Kingdom Law, suggested read heraldic law. Is there any
Yes.
other things that might be of interest to possible combatants to read? Entrance and to read?
Depending on,
Financial policy?
your level of interest, but
yes, I would, being a former exchequer, financial policy is near and dear to my heart. It is quite a long, cumbersome read, so do not be shocked that this one is not. It's probably 120 something pages or so, but it certainly might be beneficial to anyone who does want to be crowned to skip around to the, pieces that may involve you, like signing budgets and what you can and can't do for fundraisers, and what you can and can't purchase, like alcohol cannot be purchased with any SCA funds, that sort of thing.
So like the couple that wins this crown, actually the budget is for the fiscal year, the calendar year, and they will
Right.
have to sign off on it. So you might as well go ahead and kind of
Right,
get familiar
well,
with it.
Yes,
depending on which crown list you win,
but if you win our crown list, in
This
May,
one.
you will be the
you
one.
will be the one signing
signing
off on the 2024 budget. So
Yes.
you will get the, hey, how about this budget?
And we
You might want to
suggest-
know what you're looking at.
Yeah.
And if you are that person, that couple that wins the Crownless that we're hosting, please read the new budget thoroughly
Right.
before you sign off on it. I mean, because sometimes things do change a little. Sometimes they pretty much stay the same. Here's the budget. This is what we do. But every so often it changes a little bit. So, you know, most people haven't been there 3 or 4 times to have it memorized by heart. So yeah, give it a good read when it comes out, compare it to the previous year, and then
Yeah, and the budget lines can get very specific on the wording, so it's very good to know what lines in the budget are there. So if someone has a fundraiser for you, you need to tell them specifically how to put on their fundraising form what that line in the budget's called, because if they name it something wrong, they could enter another line in the budget, and then that fund is in 2 different places, and it gets a little cumbersome.
So check in, you then make sure people check in with the Crown for anything specific for the kingdom of what is needed. So
Right.
yes,
that's
Right.
all good to know. Do you want to
Yeah, and
ask them a question?
I was just gonna jump in and just say, and be prepared, because we were just talking that it could be any given Saturday. If you're going to enter,
absolutely.
it's a job, and you're gonna start taking over that day. There's stuff financially that you're gonna have to take care of with the Chamberlain. And so there's things that you need to be prepared for. So just any given Saturday could be you.
Yes,
Just-
the almost the minute, like halfway through the hugs, someone is going to jump you about, Kingdom Regalia, Chamberlain
Right.
and Company, potentially jump you about how you turn in your receipts, because you will get paid for your trip home, not your trip to Crownless, but your trip home, as far as getting that information, turned over so you can properly fill out your expense reports. So it's a job.
Hang on now. I thought we entered Crown, the fighters entered Crown just as, to be seen by the chivalry. Is that not what's happening here?
Being in Crown is a great way to be seen. It
However,
absolutely is. But if
Real
you-
ramifications come with that.
But if you enter Crown, I'm not saying that everybody who wants to should enter Crown. Absolutely. Just be prepared that you may leave that day as Crown Prince and Princess. And then everything that goes along with that is whoop, there it is.
I mean, yeah, you get seen, but you don't want to get seen, panicking because you just thought it'd be a fun Saturday to fight. And then we got you for 11 months panicking. Be prepared. Be prepared.
Just be prepared,
In case
absolutely.
you win, you are ready to do the job. And I know everybody's heard me say this 100 times, but it is a fantastic thing to do. It's super rewarding. You see the best come out of people, and it's just a wonderful thing, but it is work. It is 11 months of your life. There are a lot of things get put on hold. A lot of things get put to the side, vacation leaves goes to the SCA,
Absolutely.
extra funds go to the SCA. Your friends are sick of you talking about the SCA.
Yet they won't quit talking about it.
Well, your mundane friends are like, when do we get you back?
Right.
So it is. So
11
yeah, like Connor said, I mean, certainly anyone who has the desire to fight, it's open, and you should definitely do it. It's a fantastic
It's a great
experience. But be prepared if it was your day to do the job.
Yeah, you could show up and a bunch of people get sick and all of a sudden the list is, you never know what's going to happen. So
You
we'll
really
just leave
don't.
it with be prepared
Yes.
for entering. Absolutely.
When is the deadline for letters?
11:59 on May the 6th.
11:59, May the 6th,
Which
which is
is
in about.
it's not May the 6th.
What day is that? Is that
That
a
is
Sunday?
Saturday.
Saturday, I believe.
Saturday. Okay.
So
May
just
the
about
6th is
3
a
weeks.
Saturday.
We will make sure we
That'll
put
be
that in.
roughly 2 weeks. It'll be 1 day shy, basically, of 2 weeks prior to Crown List.
Yes.
So
Okay.
that'll give everybody time to everybody being Sir Carson and Kendra, time to check everybody's credentials, because even though you send in your membership number and your fighter card, every time a Crownless comes around,
Has to be checked.
those Kingdom officers check everybody to make sure everything's up to date, everything's legitimate, on the up and up,
Right.
and they are quote unquote within the rules to fight. That being said, if you have any questions as to whether or not you meet the qualifications to fight in Crownless, and
Or
you're-
your consort.
or your consort, and you're not sure and you'd like clarification, please reach out to us. And we can give you a solid answer, whether no, that's the reason why you could not fight, or that may not be a reason that you could not fight. So if you have any questions at all about either of you, reach out to us, please.
And they can email you at crown@gleannabhann.net, correct?
Correct.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
And I
And
think
the
that's,
event is in Hattiesburg. Yeah, events in Hattiesburg. New site?
it's
New
closer to Poplarville, Wiggins. It's hosted by the Shire of Ironox at a new site called Magnolia Events. It's a LARP site.
Awesome.
So brand new cabins, new bathhouses, should be interesting and fun.
Thank you all for posting video, because I have watched them, and the bath,
Mhm.
the showers look wonderful. All the accommodations there look great. So I'm really looking forward to, and it's always great to get a new site,
I think
Right.
so too.
Absolutely.
and hopefully it'll work out well with the owners and everything. We'll get a good working relationship and have a new site we can use.
That would be
Fingers
wonderful.
crossed,
Yes,
right?
we're excited to have it. So anyway, we'd like to thank you for coming on. We might invite you back on later this summer when things slow down a wee bit. So again, thank you for your time. Same dot.
Yeah, yes, thank you.
Well, thank you
Thank
for
y'all for
having
having us on, and like we say, just any questions, reach out. We're always available. So
All right.
Mostly.
mostly
Thank you.
always. And if we're not available in that moment, we'll get back to you as soon as we possibly can.
And we will see you at Newbie Collegium. We'll see you at
Fighter at Crownless,
Crownless and at the, what is it, Dot?
Athenaeum.
Athenaeum. Okay, I just wanted to make
Did
her
I
say
get it
that.
close?
You did. You said did it great.
Yay.
Yay. All right, guys. I'm
And
gonna let you go.
Thank you, Majesties.
Oh.
And everybody come to Penzic. Penzic 50.
Penzic 50. We have
We
been
can
told.
talk about that next time too.
Okay.
All right.
That may be part 2 with their majesties.
Part
I don't know
due.
what these are, but it's yeah. Pew pew pew.
Thank y'all. Pew, pew. AYUP.
Bye, bye, guys.
I up.
y'all.